You're gonna see me break my phone on camera. Oh boy. Today, I'm going to go over a 3-month later review of my Z Flip 3. And I'm going to be focusing on my experience as I usually do with these kinds of videos. I'm not going to be getting into specs. Everybody knows those. You knew those 3 months ago. What have I seen change? What hasn't really changed? And what am I looking forward to in the next couple of months? Basically, is the hype dead or are we still in it? Let's talk about it. Alright, so the first thing I wanted to talk about, and I really thought of this as I was thinking about this video, is the Crease. Now, I made a few videos regarding this Crease a couple of days ago. You can check them out on my channel. The Crease on my phone is still perfectly fine. I haven't had any issues with it thus far. But the one thing I have noticed is that in the beginning, although the Crease was there, I was able to get over it. Hear me out. I always thought that this was something that I could just get over. You know, I'll just get over the Crease and it won't be a problem. But 3 months later, and it's still, like, I can still tell it's there. It doesn't impede anything. It doesn't stop me from getting things done. The screen still looks absolutely gorgeous. It looks absolutely mint. I should probably keep this like this. So I still love the way it looks. It's just I haven't been able to get over the Crease after 3 months. Ooh, very nice. Another thing that I want to talk about is folding. For some reason, whenever I open and close my Z Flip 3, it makes this weird crushing noise. It's very, very subtle. Let me see if you guys can hear it. But even if you can't hear it, as a user, I can feel it. The hinge has not become loose. The hinge is still very tight. Opening and closing the phone still feels extremely secure. It's just that there's this like little bit of texture, this little bit of ruggedness that I don't know where it's coming from. It wasn't there when I purchased the phone, but now I can feel it. Now you might be thinking to yourself, well, Fossil, why are you looking at these tiny little things? And the reason is because honestly, outside of those few, the phone is still in perfect physical condition. There has been no changes in the size of this Crease. This Crease has still remained the same it was day number 1, and I've been recording this over the past few months as well. And the other thing is there has been no discoloration of the Crease either. Now on the other models like the Gen 2 or the first Gen, the first Z Flip phone, the Crease actually became kind of yellowish, and there were some redditors that were posting pictures of their Crease like that. In this case, on this phone, absolutely no discoloration so far. The Crease still looks just as good as it did on day number 1, and that's a good thing. So as far as my experience with the physical body, the form is still in perfect condition. Obviously I have the Rinky case on this phone. It's a 2-piece slide-on case, as they all are. This is one thing that kind of has bugged me, is I want a better case. Like, yeah, this case works. I mean, it looks really, really minimal and everything, and it keeps the really slim profile. I have been babying this phone, but I want a case that looks cooler. You know, and the Samsung ones that they've offered, I don't really think they're cool cases. I need something that's cooler, that's more my style, you know, laid back, like this style, basically. What you see in my studio or this set. This is the kind of phone set that I want, and I just haven't been able to find that perfect case. And the problem that I'm seeing is that there's no like new cases being released. It's kind of, I guess, kind of died down. There's no new companies that are coming out and releasing cases, for this phone. One thing I did consider was D-Brand going out, and you know, maybe that's gonna make my phone look good, but I don't like any of their skins. I don't like the leather tone or anything like that. A lot of times I have even considered just taking the case off and just going on bare naked. Let me see if I can. I'll take this case off for you guys. You're gonna see me break my phone on camera. Oh boy. Alright, finally it's off. So you can see the Rinky case does hold on to the phone really well, but this phone, fam, is so slippery, the matte black version, that if I don't have this case on my phone, it's going to for sure just like slip somehow. But obviously with the case, the actual condition of the phone looks beautiful, and that is important. One of my viewers on this channel reached out to me on the Z Flip crack screen video, and he said that he wanted to send his phone back because his Crease actually did crack. And when he sent it back to Samsung, they basically told him it's going to be a $500 repair and they're not going to be covering it, even though it's still like under warranty period. It was because he had a little nick on the hinge. And I had another user who had an actual like crack on the cover screen, and Samsung got his fixed like in a week. So what I'm seeing is that Samsung is being extremely kind of hard to work with. And I don't want to hate on Samsung, like I get it. The outside screen is a really cheap fix. It's a $99 fix. The inside screen, if you wanted to get it fixed, it's going to cost around $300-$400. So it's an expensive fix on the inside, but the outside is a cheaper fix. Maybe that's why Samsung is just no problem fixing this outer one, but the inner ones, they want to get really tight on their policies. I don't know, but that's something to keep in mind, and because of that, again, having a case is going to be really helpful. The prices have held extremely well on this phone. I could sell this phone right now and probably still get the same price, especially in the condition that it's in, which is almost perfect. I was on the Pixel 6 just like a few months ago, and I was using that photos and things like that, and I came back to the Z Flip 3 and I just loved my experience here, even though that's a proper dedicated phone. So fresh and just looks beautiful. So the display, oh, see, it slipped. I'm sorry, that's Anderson Paak. As far as battery life is concerned, now in the 1 month later review, I said that I would be charging this up to 85%, and that was it. I changed that. I've actually gone ahead and switched this to full 100% charge every time I charge it. It really doesn't make too big of a difference. Nothing's really changed for me since the 1 month review. It still lasts me the entire day comfortably. I'm able to get through whatever I need to get through, and nothing's changed on that front. Now, kind of talking about the Pixel 6 and the Z Flip 3, one thing that I miss on the Pixel 6 that I don't have on the Z Flip 3 is Android 12. And this is something that I'm actually looking forward to, and I know a lot of people who have the Z Flip 3 or the Z Fold are looking forward to it as well. Now, Android 12 was one of the best Android experiences I've ever had. It wasn't just, you know, better, it was new, refreshing, and honestly exciting experience that I had on the Pixel 6. And I, more than anything, want to have that experience on my Z Flip 3 because I know this can perform that same UI so much better. Now, they've started to roll out Android 12 on the S21, and we'll have it on the S22 lineups, but not on the Z Flip or the Fold 3 just yet. They're still in beta mode. So that gets me hopeful. Like, that's something that I am looking forward to. Properly, that's something I can't wait to have. I mean, I search it up every day. Like, is it available? Can I download it? Legitly. There are some YouTubers that have, you know, skirmished their way around and been able to download the beta version of Android 12 on their Folds and Flips. But honestly, I'm not into downloading unless it's directly from a verified source. That's just me. In like 9th grade, I bricked my PSP. And back then, bricked a device, it would just be the device would just turn off and it wouldn't boot up again. Nowadays, they want your banking info, they want your privatized history, they want all the women you've been, like, they want way too much, okay? You know, now you gotta be careful with malicious software. Back then, it was simple, innocent, brick the phone, that's it. Nowadays, they just take everything. They take your soul, fam. If you watch my 1 month later review, I literally say that this phone is for people who want to be on their phone less. And for people like that, there's very little for me to say. Like, if I'm an iPhone user, there's a lot of updates. There's a lot going on. There's brand new cases coming out. There's all kinds of things that I could talk about in a 3 month later review. But like I said, this phone is for people who want to be on their phone less, who want to get all the notifications out of the way, and if they need to, they can open their phone and have a complete dedicated setup. So for people like that, it's not about continuously changing and updating, you know, over a small period like 3 months, and I think that's perfect for people like me. Android 12 is something I'm really excited about because it was a pretty noticeable difference and it looked gorgeous. So I'm excited for that to happen. But outside of that, like all these updates that Samsung has been pushing out, and there's UI 4 and things like that, or One UI, something like that. I don't really care. You know, it's cool, it's nice to have, it's nice to see, but for people like me, I like my phone And that's all that matters. And if this phone can survive me for the whole year until next year, or even until if Samsung releases the Z Flip 4, but this is still working for me, I might not upgrade. Samsung understands this because Samsung has said that they'll be supporting these devices with updates for the next 3 or 4 years, and that's a commitment. So Samsung also understands that these devices, this Z Flip 3, is not for people who want every single day something new coming out of their phones. This is for people who aren't on their phones so much, but also obviously there's that whole TikTok genre, which I'm not going to talk about. That's something that I completely don't understand, even though I'm on TikTok. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, my channel name is Chilled Fossil. Thank you. So that's it. Really, I didn't talk about specs. I didn't talk about the chip or processor or anything about any of that, because for my use, I'm not punching this. After 3 months, has the performance changed at all? Absolutely not. It's still as good as it was day number 1. All of my stuff that I do, watching videos, responding to messages, emails, reminders, and things like that, working on my calendar, working with Airbnb, guests coming in and out, that's primarily what I'm using it for a lot. Now I'm using it on YouTube Studio as well, so I have the YouTube Studio app downloaded and keeping updated to that. All of these things work with 0 flaws. So really, that's about it. I didn't talk about specs because, again, you guys already know about all that stuff. Please do consider subscribing and liking this video. It really helps out a growing channel like mine. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.